Commander Gambia National Army's Award, and it goes to the best female recruit of the intake. This is on none other than 24 GNA 20787 Officer Cadet Cici Chaku. What men do, women can also do. And in this intake, the women have also proven themselves. May I now respectfully invite the Commander, Gambia National Army Brigadier General Seth Jai, to present this award, which is the Best Female Recruits Award, to Officer Cadet Chaku Cici. Sir. The officer cadets are those aspiring to become officers in the armed forces. After having passed a commission selection board convened by the Chief of Defense Staff, they have been found worthy in both character and learning to graduate as officer cadets. There are other trainings that they will undergo in other military institutions. Thank you, sir, for that honor. The next award is the Chief of Defense Staff's Award, which goes to the third best recruits of the intake. May I call on 24 GNA 20822 recruit Baji Sheriff, who emerged as the third best recruit of the intake. These awards will be presented by the Chief of Defense Staff, Gambia Armed Forces. May I invite Lieutenant General Mamat O.A. Cham, the Chief of Defense Staff, Gambia Armed Forces, to present this award to the third best recruits of the intake. Sir. Congratulations and thank you, sir, for doing us that honor. Next is the Honorable Minister of Defense Award, which goes to the second best recruits of the intake. And it goes to 24 GNA 20799 Officer Cadet Manny Henry P., who emerged as the second best recruits of this intake. May I invite the Officer Cadet to march forward for his award. So I have the singular honor and privilege to invite the Honorable Minister of Defense, retired Brigadier General Serigne Modou Njie, to present this award to this deserving soldier. Sir. Congratulations and thank you, sir, for that honor. The next award is the Commander-in-Chief's Award, and this goes to the overall best recruits of this intake. This is the recruit who scored the highest cumulative points in all the areas of assessment during the recruit training process. He is none other than 24 GNA 20788 Officer Cadet Koli Abibu, SM. This award is sponsored by His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and the President has also given a token His Excellency the President has been generous enough to, in addition to this award, present a token of $40,000 to the overall best recruit of this intake. Your Excellency, sir, that's the $40,000 token of appreciation that is being presented by the President. Well, in local parlance, this can be also seen as an initiation ceremony, and as is customary in our local settings. His Excellency the President has also donated a bull for the intake. Oh, 2 bulls. Maybe it's 3. Because I said 1, they said 2. So maybe the 3rd one will be coming. Maybe the Honorable Minister. 3 bulls for the intake. Okay.
Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is important for us to note that the other prizes that have been given today, we want to recognize the contributions of Enterprise Life for their generous donation, quality food, Mr. Usman Dao, Omar Taban, Kanisise Enterprise, Sambaba Butchery Shop, Fatima Trading, Harlis Trading, and Leona General Trading. We thank you all for your contributions.
Well, I have to recap on the generosities that have been extended here. His Excellency gave 2 bulls. Was it 1? 2 bulls. The Honorable Minister of Defense, 1. The Chief of Staff and Minister for Presidential Affairs also is given 1. 1 bull. And also the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, who is also the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Defense and Security, Honorable C.D.S. Kinjaya, has also generously donated a bull. Well, I have the honor to say the bidding is open.
Cham has donated a ram.
And the mother of the armed forces, who is none other than the spouse, that's the Home Minister, to the Chief of Defense Staff, Madam Amiseka Cham, has also donated a ram. So I think this intake should be one of the most luckiest. So far you have how many? Have you counted? Count. How many bulls?
5.
I did not hear you.
5.
How many?
5.
How many rams? All right, so maybe before midnight, we will get some others coming. Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, now we enter the second phase of the award ceremony, and this is the award for the instructors of the Gambia Armed Forces Training School. These are the officers and men that have shaped and transformed these fine men and women before us this morning. These awards are in 5 categories. We have the Best Physical Training Instructor Award, the Best Support Staff. Well, the NSA has also brought one bull. I hope somebody is counting. RSM. If not, these soldiers will go after you. Me, I'm out. So you have the Best Drill Instructor, the Best Skill at Arms Instructor, and Best Combat Instructor awards to be awarded to be given this morning. These awards will be presented to the instructors by the Commander-in-Chief, to be assisted by the Chief of Defense Staff, Gambia Armed Forces. And they are 11 GNA 17561 Lance Corporal Jaju Sang Baptiste, 09 GNA 15515 Corporal Kamara Bakari, 09 GNA 15805 Sergeant Jame Ansumana, 01 GNA 12872 Staff Sergeant Sambu Sherifo, and 97 GNA 12384 Staff Sergeant Jaju Ibrahima. These awards shall be presented by His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and he shall be assisted by the Chief of Defense Staff, Gambia Armed Forces. And these are the set of instructors that are deserving of awards this morning. For the Best Physical Training Instructor, 11 GNA 17561 Lance Corporal Jaju Sang Baptiste. May I invite His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces to do us the honors and present these awards to these instructors. He shall be assisted by the Chief of Defense Staff, Gambia Armed Forces. So may I crave your indulgence that the next awards shall be presented by His Excellency the President. So let me invite 09 GNA 15515 Corporal Kamara Bakari. 09 GNA 15515 Corporal Kamara Bakari for the award for Best Support Staff. #09 GNA 15805 Sergeant Jame Ansumana for Best Drill Instructor. That's Sergeant Jame Ansumana, that is Best Drill Instructor. for this intake. Next is 01 GNA 12872, Staff Sergeant Sambu Sherifu, who's being awarded the Best Skills at Arms Instructor. And last but not least is the Best Combat Instructor. And this goes to 94 GNA 12384, Sergeant Ibrahima, or Sergeant Jajo Ibrahima, for the Best Combat Instructor. People. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Your Excellency. That brings us to the end of the presentation of awards to deserving instructors. Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, next on our program is the administration of the 6 oaths. And these oaths are the oaths of commitment to duty, the oath of trust, the oath of secrecy, oath of allegiance to the Commander-in-Chief, oath of allegiance to the state, and oath of allegiance to the people of the Republic of the Gambia. This oath shall be taken by all the soldiers on parade. And first they will march into formation before we administer the oath. And this oath shall be administered by the Acting Director of Legal Services, Major Babukar Sani. May I now at this juncture invite the Acting Director, the Gambia Armed Forces Directorate of Legal Services, to come forward. However, before that, we'll have the parade commander reorganize his parade and put them into formations in readiness for this ceremony. I thank you.
Rifle exercise and a halt. Change arms. Inward done. First warning by the right.
ladies and gentlemen, in the military, everything is about drill because it is a cornerstone to discipline, regimentation, ethics, and our way of life. They are now formed up to prepare themselves to take the 6 oaths. But because of their sheer number, we want to do it in sets. Therefore, there has to be a connection, so to speak. That is why they are in this formation, and everybody, to your colleague, you put your arm on his shoulder, and the center would mark as the culmination point for both those on the right and the left. Those are the ones that will be holding what they are getting sworn into. We have at the center there the national flag. That is the Gambia flag, red, white, blue, white, and green. And then the Quran and the Holy Bible. These are the things that bind us as a nation. And as members of the armed forces who belong to no partisan affiliation, we subscribe to the national flag, and as faithful people, we subscribe to these 2 faiths. That is why you see them, those to our right, they're facing left and connecting each other by the shoulders to the center where you have the national flag. Then those on our left turning right or facing the other side, all to the center. So now we have the Acting Director of Gambia Armed Forces Legal Services, Major Babukar Sane, who will administer the 6 oaths. And now I think the parade commander and all his troops are all in the right position and formation for the oath. And those oaths are the ones I highlighted earlier. The oath of commitment to office or duty, the oath of trust, secrecy, allegiance to the commander-in-chief. This is very important. As members of the armed forces, the president, in as much as he is the executive head of the government, he is also the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. And this is all over the world. These troops are under his care. Whenever these forces want to move out of this country, he gives those orders. But the orders have to pass through the National Assembly for them to give the accent. So it's important that we understand why this oath of allegiance to the commander-in-chief is also important. However, we also have the other oath to the state. And last but not least is the oath of allegiance to the people of the Republic of the Gambia. I hand over now to the Director of Legal Services to do us those honors. Thank you.
I will read the oath, and you shall repeat after me, beginning with the oath of commitment. Oath of commitment.
Oath of commitment.
I,
Fatou Daba,
having been enlisted in the armed forces of the Republic of the Gambia, hereby swear on the Holy
Quran
that I shall always work towards the maintenance of high standards of unity, patriotism, progress, and discipline in the armed forces of the Republic of the Gambia at all times. So help me God. Oath of trust. I,
Fatou Daba,
having been enlisted in the armed forces of the Republic of the Gambia, hereby swear on the Holy
Quran
that I will not directly or indirectly betray the trust reposed on me by virtue of my appointment. So help me God. Oath of secrecy. I, having been enlisted in the armed forces of the Republic of the Gambia, hereby swear on the Holy
Quran
that I will not divulge any information of a secret and strategic nature pertaining to the armed forces of the Republic of the Gambia to an unauthorized person. So help me God. Oath of allegiance to the Commander-in-Chief. I, having been enlisted in the armed forces of the Republic of the Gambia, hereby swear on the Holy
Quran
that I will bear true allegiance and absolute loyalty to the Commander-in-Chief of the armed forces of the Republic of the Gambia at all times. So help me God. Oath of allegiance to the state. Oath of allegiance to the state. I, having been enlisted in the armed forces of the Republic of the Gambia, hereby swear on the Holy
Quran
that I will bear true allegiance and absolute loyalty to the Republic of the Gambia at all times. So help me God. Oath of allegiance to the people of the Gambia. I, having been enlisted in the armed forces of the Republic of the Gambia, hereby swear on the Holy that I will bear true allegiance and absolute loyalty to the people of the Republic of the Gambia at all times. So help me God. That's the end of the 6 oaths.
Thank you very much, Major Babukar Sane, for administering those oaths. Now the parade commander will proceed from here. Before we get to the remarks by His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief, who is the special guest of honor for this ceremony.
Move to the right in column of roots. About 10. Quick march.
Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are drawing towards the climax of this session of the parade. Next is the keynote address by His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. He's also the special guest of honor. May I now invite His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Field Marshal Adam Barrow, to share his words of wisdom and keynote address. Your Excellency, sir.
The Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Minister of Defense, and other cabinet ministers here present, National Security Advisor, the Mayoress of Banjul, Executive Coordinator of Banjul, the Chief of Defense Staff, Service Chiefs, senior officers, and members of the Gambia Armed Forces. Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic and the Consular Corps, our esteemed defense partners, families, and loved ones of the graduating class, distinguished guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and privilege to grace this momentous occasion as the chief guest of honor. Happily for all of us, this passing out ceremony of intake 39 of the Gambia Armed Forces highlights the successful completion a well-designed national training program leading to the beginning of a new career path for the passed out today. From a broader perspective, we are all witnessing another important chapter in our ongoing story of national renewal, sacrifice, and service to the Republic. It is my pleasure, therefore, to convey warmest congratulations to the young men and women who have successfully completed 22 weeks of rigorous basic military training. Congratulations to all of you. You have demonstrated the resilience, discipline, and mental fortitude required to transition from civilian life to the professional ranks of the Gambia Armed Forces. Your journey thus far indicates commitment to the sovereignty and security of our dear nation, which you solely value more than yourselves. Proudly consider the occasion not merely as a graduation ceremony, but also a solemn recognition of your acceptance and admission to one of the noble ranks of Gambian patriots to ready at all times to respond to the call for national duty. It denotes your willingness to defend our homeland, uphold our values, and stand ready to answer the call of service wherever and whenever the need arises. The call to military service is not only a professional path, but also a noble and honorable calling. It demands loyalty, courage, and unwavering sense of duty. You must remember as well that it calls for discipline in action, humility in leadership, and adhering to the principles of democracy. rule of law, and human rights. As you wear the uniform of our armed forces, never forget that you are defenders of our territorial integrity and guardians of the ideals upon which our republic is anchored. As we celebrate your achievement, we must also acknowledge the broader strategic context in which the Gambia Armed Forces operates. In this era, marked by complex security threats, both traditional and non-traditional, the role of a professional, alert and accountable military have never been more critical. We will continue to invest in infrastructure, training, logistics, equipment, and the welfare of the personnel. In accordance with our democratic values, our defense transformation agenda is rooted in transparency, accountability, and respect for civilian oversight. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we deeply value our partnerships with friendly nations and our international allies. Arising from this, I wish to express, on behalf of the government and the people of the Gambia, profound gratitude to our defense and security partners who continue to play a vital role in our capacity building efforts. Countries such as Senegal, Nigeria, Ghana, Mauritania, and Guinea-Bissau have proven invaluable in fostering regional cooperation. Likewise, we are immensely grateful to the United Kingdom and the United States for their long-standing support in the areas of professional military education and strategic defense reform. We also recognize the invaluable contribution of Turkey, Pakistan, China, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, and India, whose continued support in training, infrastructure, and equipment has enhanced the capabilities and professionalism of our armed forces. These partnerships remarkably continue to bolster our national defense capacity, while strengthening our collective ability to contribute to regional and global peace and stability. I turn to the importance of civilian-military relations. I urge the Gambia Armed Forces to remain a symbol of unity and a pillar of democratic governance. Our troops have to act always in service of the people, holding themselves accountable to civilian authority, and protective of the freedoms and rights of every Gambian citizen. As Commander-in-Chief, I urge you, the new members of this noble institution, to serve as ambassadors of peace, discipline, and national unity. I commend your families for their patience, sacrifice, and enduring support. They have accompanied you through this journey, and their love and encouragement have contributed to making this event possible. I extend special appreciation to the Gambia Armed Forces leadership and staff. Their professionalism and dedication to duty, through the guidance of the Chief of Defense Staff and his team, continue to influence the direction and future of our armed forces. To conclude, I advise you in Take 39 to wear your uniform with honor, serve with humility, and lead with integrity. Always remember that your duty is to the Constitution, the people, and the Republic of the Gambia. May the Almighty Allah guide and protect you in your service. And may He continue to bless the Gambia Armed Forces and grant our beloved nation lasting peace, unity, and prosperity. I thank you for your kind attention.
That was His Excellency. That was His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency Madam Obaro, delivering his keynote address. So I would like to most heartily thank you all. Thank you for the words of inspiration, vision, and wisdom that you just shared with these newly inducted members of the Gambia Armed Forces. Next, we shall witness the parade commander marching of the parade to prepare us for the military displays. However, they shall observe the 3 hearty cheers for His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, who is also a special guest of honor. After the parade march is off, we shall witness the military displays before the program ends for the day. Parade commander.
What above? Address! Wait! Wait! Done! Wait! What above? Address! Remove! Address! Pay Harikias to His Excellency, the President of the Republic, and Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces, Field Marshal Adam Obaro. What? 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 Wait! Would applause address. Read last address.
Please rise for the national anthem.
Please,
You may resume your seats. The parade commander will now march forward to take permission before he marches off with his troops.
after the march, pass in slow and quick time. Advance in review order. Presentation of awards, swearing, and the T.R.D. chairs. May I have your permission to carry on, Your Excellency? to the right in column of fruits. Right, done. By the left, quick march.
Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, recruit intake 39 marches of the square. They've given the eyes right to the Commander-in-Chief, and henceforth they are no more recruits, but they are gallant soldiers, men and women of the ranks of the Gambia Armed Forces. On behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, Gambia Armed Forces, General Officers, Senior Officers, officers, men and women of the Gambia Armed Forces, We have the honor to welcome them into the ranks of those who have given the ultimate sacrifice. A sacrifice of no other but their lives to maintain, protect, and safeguard the territorial integrity of the Republic of the Gambia and its people.
March off the colors! Right! Dear colors! Please!
Shall we rise as we honor the colors? Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the program will now dovetail to us witnessing the military displays. These military displays are going to be in the forms of skills under pressure, mortar drills, martial arts or close combat, military raid, to conclude in a tug of war between the newly passed out soldiers and their instructors. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the tug of war between the recruits or the newly passed out soldiers and the instructors is one to look forward to, as we will see whether the saying of Ninsokotobe Kanyamotinya or the saying of a new broom suits better, we shall witness. Shall we have the demo team for the skills at arms? the families of the newly passed out soldiers, we know that you are proud of them, and we are happy to have seen them give the eyes right to their commander-in-chief. But we beg for you to wait out a little while for the program to conclude, as we have other schedules that are supposed to be done. So can you please assist for you to climb up the pavilions and allow us to smoothly go through the program as scheduled. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Memol be kondona milbe be ngoto jang surtout wulu lalu miliyalon ko e dingoli e Israel di wala e president o konton to momina yela tireni nyinta ka bang e mbali danila ka fale ko programme o amam bang hani sain mbal hake danila ngalon ne kontano be kering albe wasurun aldungol la ko wala baral se yam fa do manding ale sele santo ngato ta pro kudol miliyalon ko be programme o nyin ko non se wala bang alse yam fa mbokki wala fi ñu ngi ñaan rek family ñu nga xamne ñi ngi wasa ci taxaw ñu leena ñaan pour ngeen ek ci kaw parce que programme bi jeexangut xam nañ ne da ngeen kontaan ci seen doom yi waaye ngeen balal ñu rek ngeen may ñu tuuti pour ñu jeexali programme ñu nga xam ne ñu ngi des. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the skills at arms drill, and it is going to be skills under pressure. The weapons that have just been laid and mounted are the PKMS and the AAG, the anti-aircraft gun. As all of them are support weapons, the demonstration is going to be a stripping and assembling of these support weapons. The significance of this drill is to showcase the fact that the soldier has to be ready at a moment's notice to deploy or engage the enemy. Now the program has started. We've seen the soldiers assembling the PKMS. The PKMS is a support weapon that is used by platoons. Let's give them a round of applause. This drill is coordinated by Kopul Juf Ibrahima. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, now we have the stripping of the support weapon, the PKMS. A round of applause to them. Now they are coming to assemble the support weapon again. And all these timings are remarkable. In under 30 seconds, they are able to assemble the weapon, strip it again and reassemble it in a record timing. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the skills that are being showcased says a lot about the professionalism of members of the Gambia Armed Forces. If newly passed out soldiers who spend 22 weeks at the training school are able to do this in record timings, we beg the question to ask, what is a soldier who has served 1, 2 or more years in the army going to be able to do? Now we'll have the anti-aircraft weapon drill to be displayed. This weapon can be used against aircrafts at a reasonable distance and also against both ground targets. They are stripping the weapon down to its various parts, diligently working on it, diligently working on the weapons. A round of applause again for them. Now they are coming to assemble the weapon again. And here they go. The first group has finished. And there is a call from the female gender that there is a lady among them who is robust and doing as the men are doing. Thank you very much, Kopul Juf Ibrahima, for that wonderful demo of stripping and assembling of support weapons.
This is Mike 1. Contact at direct zone 0458. Way down. Hello, Sierra 1. This is Charlie 1. Contact at direct zone 0458. Way down. Action direction indicated.
This is a raid scenario that is going to be performed. Wrong. The next drill we will witness is the mortar drill. And it is going to be coordinated by Kopul Mane and Sumana. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, mortar teams are crucial in military operations, for they provide a quick and reliable source of indirect fire support, enabling infantrymen to engage targets they can't directly see or reach out with conventional weapons. Mortars offer portability, mobility, and the ability to fire from protected positions, making them a valuable asset in various combat environments, especially close combat and urban areas. Why the use of mortar? It gives the following advantages to the troops or the infantry: in indirect fire support, and it supports close combat advantage. It is also advantageous for rapid deployment. It is versatile and very, very efficient. The mortar teams are already in position. The distances of fire would have already been determined before the launch of the...
Charlie 1, this is Sarah 1. Mortars are mounted 40 meters apart, ready for action. Hello, Mike 1, this is Charlie 1. Mortars are mounted 40 meters apart, ready for action. Hello, Charlie 1. This is Mike 1. Out at last contact at direct zone 0458. 58 at grid 24265809. Enemy position. Pulau Mike 1, this is Charlie 1. Confirm. Direction 0458. Copy. Grid 24265809. Copy.
Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, that communication there is between the command post officer with the mortar fire controller, communicating on the enemy position, giving the location, the exact location of the enemy position that the mortar team is expected to fire on. The mortar fire controller sends in the 8-figure grid reference to the command point officer. Those are the figures that had been read out.
Hello, Sarah 1, this is Charlie 1. Fire mission, 3 mortars at bearing 1000. Elevation 0760. Charge 2. 5 round. Fire for effect. Hello, Mike 1, confirm. At bearing 1000. Elevation 0760. Charge 2. 5 round. Fire for effect. Copy.
The command point officer will convert the 8-figure grid references that have been given to him into magnetic bearing. Then the magnetic bearing plus the distance will dictate the amount of charges that the motor team.
3 motors at bearing 1000. Elevation 0760. Charge 2. 5 round. Fire for effect.
Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, please be informed that it is only a drill and there is no going to be any mortar firing. I thank you all very much. Now the magnetic bearing plus the distance will dictate the charges that the motor team is going to do, and this is given to the section commanders who will order for the motor crew to insert in the site unit of the motors. And then they will give the fire mission to the crew to engage the enemy. The bearings have been confirmed to be ready to engage the enemy.
Hello, Mike 1, this is Sarah 1. Motors are laid 40 meters apart, ready for action. Roger, Sarah 1. Fire! Fire! Motor 1 shot, motor 2 shot, motor 3 shot.
At this juncture, the motor teams are firing on the enemy, who had by then been pinned down by the infantry troops. They give the command to fire, slot in the mortar cell, and it goes. The firing is complete and they go back to their post. Let's give them a resounding round of applause.
MSC, if you can mount and come this other side.
Next, we are coming to witness the martial arts team or the close combat team. Every military personnel is expected to be skilled in martial arts or close combat. When it comes to the extent where the weapons can no more serve due to the distance, we use our hands to fight. The martial arts team is headed by Kopul Sanyang Ahmad. We will have a showcase of basic technique. We will have forms or combination of basic techniques. We will also witness individual forms and the drama. These are basic techniques in martial art of self-defense. There we go in the martial arts demo. Kopul Sanyang Ahmad leading that martial arts demo with the newly passed out soldiers.
Tiro droit. Ballon. Captain number 1. Captain number 1. Hana. Done. Say. Ne. That's all. Yes, sir.
Now we have a combination of basic techniques. Let's give them a round of applause.
Kata number 2. Hana. Done. Say. Ne. Hana. Done. Say. Hana. Done. 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 Hana.
Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. In battle, even a soldier's arm is finished. We use our hands for close combat.
About done. Okay. The front. The ball. March. Up. 8. Up. 8. Up. 8. Up. 8. 8. Up. 8. Mark. Timer. Squad. Halt. Up. 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 The front, the ball, march. Up, 8, up, 8, up, 8, up, 8, 8, up, 8, 8, 8, up, 8.
Now we'll witness
Mark, time out.
martial art drills with the weapons.
Go after the, go after. It's right. Go. Stand by. Squad, halt. Stand by. The latest boy not fighting. The latest boy not fighting. Sabariela. Hana. Done. Say. Hana. Done. Say. Hana. Done. Say. Hana. Done. Hana. Done. Hana. Done.
Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. The weapons are normally fitted with bayonets in front, and that helps when fighting with the weapon to use the bayonet at a close range. We will now have individual forms. An enemy is crouching behind a sentryman. Let's see what is going to happen. Now the soldier wanted to fire, but there is no round in the chamber. Now it is close combat. These are the times when skills in martial arts become handy. The soldier is now very angry. Let's see what happens next. There is no going back. A round of applause. Even when the soldier is without rounds, he is still good to go.
Stand by. Central disposals and unarmed forces, armed combatant.
Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the soldier is there closing in with a knife in an attack. He has taken one down and taken cover. Now in trying to capture him, he is able to take down Your Excellency, there we see a combatant takedown. Four armed soldiers only with the help of a knife and the use of his skills. He is able to take down 4 rebels. Well done.
On your feet up! Salted arms!
Let's give them a round of applause.
Right then! Put arms! Boys, the front! Come on, march!
Thank you very much, Kopul Sanyang Ahmad, for that wonderful demo. Next on the program is the raid. And Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, This time around, I want to announce that the red team will be using blank ammunition. I repeat, blank ammunition. So there is no cause for panic or fear, especially to the families that are present here. The makeshift house that is set up at the center mbadingolum bela falaka kibaro di ko min kana programme to wala mu be kele dingol soto la miliyalon ko ebe boyla teredi sol kan wala jawol kan bari wokono ebe keso fayla barat manke keso fangoti ngon sal kala mutandi ko abe kela kese fufal ti yoleti dorong min yalon ko kuma kan wada manyin abe sulani wala bari abe ka fenke mola woto mbalbe hake dani la pour mo kana sila mo ki jafanan kana faraka abura ko kidi kesolem mbokay ñu ne na yegal ne luñ am ci programme bi legi moy raid te dinañ am troops yi ñu nga xam ne dañoo sànni fetal waaye nekkut ne bali den nekk bal yu nga xam ne dina mun a rey nit wala bal yu nga xam ne mun nañoo lor nit den nekk rek pour waa dañ leen bëgg a yegal ne comme poudre la rek amut dara lu nga xam ne mun naa rey doomi aadama Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've seen that the rescue mission have seen where the rebels or the terrorists are holding hostages, and now they are in preparation to launch an attack for a rescue mission. The scenario for this is that one Miss Ida Jao, a wealthy businesswoman and chief executive officer of PJ Oil and Gas Company, who is residing in Neptune City, was kidnapped by an unknown criminal group. She was taken as a hostage in an abandoned building at the outskirts of Dynamo village in a dense forest. A remote and easy to secure with minimal accessibility. So the leader of the criminal group, General Ates Yakar, is demanding a ransom from the company within 24 hours, failure of which the businesswoman is going to be killed. So the mission is to conduct a raid at the grid reference of 9557 that is simulated by the makeshift room at the center of the square, and now we've seen that the fire support troops are in place to give covering fire to the team for the rescue as we see them closing in on the location. This operation is dubbed as Operation Ujabot, and the code name is Ratul Tail, and the task lies with 2 platoons of Arakan Company. They are the ones who are tasked to conduct the raid operation and rescue the CEO. So the planning and preparation have already been done. The troops are moving to the FRV, and the enemy position is encircled. The troops are now closing in on the location of General Ates and his terrorist group.
Chalindia, Duralpa. Confirming whether the radio is connected to the mic over.
Now the attack is in progress. The enemies who are outside are all neutralized, and the battle ensued. We can see that the enemies who wanted to escape have also been taken down by the cut-offs. Now the enemies have been neutralized and the troops are able to breach into the room and clear the remainder of the enemies inside, including General Ates Yakar. The raid have been successful, and the Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Aida Jao, have been freed and taken by the soldiers. Now they are regrouping to move out of position, and the support are also joining in for them to withdraw from the area as all the enemies are neutralized. Let's give them a resounding round of applause. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, a soldier gives his life for the protection and security of the nation, and this is what is expected of each and every men, women, and ratings in uniform. We now come to the end of the demo. Now we come to the tug of war. It is indeed going to be a tug of war. Are the instructors going to allow the recruits to pull them and drag them on the Bahama grass in front of the commander-in-chief? Or are the recruits going to prove themselves ready to match up their instructors? We shall see. A new broom, they say, sweeps well, but the old broom still say they know the corners. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the teams of the instructors and the recruits. The ones in red on the right are the instructors, and the ones on the left of the tent are the recruits. And Lance Corporal Jaju Sam Baptist, as I was, the ones in red are the recruits or the newly passed out soldiers, and the ones in banyan are the instructors. And Lance Corporal Jaju Sam Baptist will be the one to coordinate this tug of war. As they prepare to lift the rope, I am looking at the instructors, but I don't know whether it's due to my poor eyesight, but I cannot see the chief instructor or the commandant of the school among the instructors. And here they go, the recruits. The recruits are already pulling the instructors. What is happening? Okay, the instructors are saying no. The instructors are saying no. The recruit pulling and the instructors are holding their ground. But they are gradually moving towards the line. The instructors have said no. There is a shift in balance. The instructors, they know the corners. The recruits are being pulled. And it's almost back to where it all started. The recruits are pulling again. And the instructors are going. And they are going. And they are going. And the recruits have won the first goal. The recruits have won the first goal. Let's see what happens in the second round. Obviously, the chief instructor, Captain Ba, is already telling me that the first round they are only allowing the recruits to get the gist of the day, but they are ready to go now. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the chief instructor is now on the ground himself to give the necessary courage to the instructors. I bet the commandant will also get very angry and then join. And here they go. Here they go. Here they go. Where did this come from? And yes, the instructors have proven their worth in the second round. So, on the whole, what the chief instructor, Captain Ba, have said seems to be that they have allowed the recruits to enjoy their day, or the newly passed out soldiers, before they take over. Now it is 1-1. Let's see what happens in the final round. And here it goes. Lance Corporal Jaju Sam Baptist. The final round. The final round. The final round. And here they go. The instructors are pulling. And it is a win for the instructors. It is a win for the instructors. And the instructors have rightfully proven their worth. And the commandant, yes, the commandant, wait out. The commandant has given some words there. It is observed that the rope may not have been at the center, but yet still, let's see what happens. And here we go for the last round. And the whistle has been blown. And the instructors are saying no. And it's now a stalemate. The new broom sweeps well, but the old one knows the corners. All sides are calling for steadiness. And the rope is being shaken to this. And the recruits are now on the pool. The instructors are holding on, but they are gradually moving towards the recruits or the newly passed out soldiers. And here it goes. Here we go. The newly passed out soldiers have pulled the recruits and even run away with the rope. Gone with the rope. And indeed it is expected that they emerge victorious. Nothing less is expected of them. And this tug of war signifies the end of the skills at arms. Your Excellency, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the close of this passing out ceremony of Recruit Intake 39 of the Gambia Armed Forces. And we wish each and everyone here present journey masses back to our destinations. We thank you all very much for your attendance. Thank you, sir.